I'm asthmatic.
Hello. Daddle.
Shit. There's a cat there.
Well, I wanted to go for anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Oh yes, I have to read it out.
Yes!
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Taskmaster, where we've gathered people to do pointless things for a bit. The most pointless of these pointless things is, of course, my lovely assistant Dan. Dan, say hello.
Hello.
Thank you. And again, we are joined by our same regular contestants here. Do you want to give us a wave, guys, left to right? We have Will.
We even messed up that task.
Useless. From left to right, we have Will, Ximena, Tom, and Jenna. I'm not going to bother introducing everyone again because
You just did.
Well, no, not properly though. Not having you all talk and stuff because we'll hear enough of your voices throughout the show.
Will in case you didn't watch last week's episode, Will Kirkpatrick won episode 1 by the narrowest of margins, which meant he took home 4 most northern items. This week, it's best memorabilia.
Ooh.
And to start, Ximena, would you like to tell us about your best piece of memorabilia?
Yeah, so in the definition of memorabilia, it says that it can be like notable writings, and this is a quote to live by, I think.
Do your squats, eat your vegetables, wear red lipstick, don't let boys be mean to you.
Words to live by.
That sits on my wall usually. It's right next to my mirror, so whenever I'm getting ready in the morning.
Who's it by?
I haven't got a clue, to be honest with you.
Some cool girl boss.
Just girly things.
You've not cited this reference.
No, I haven't cited this reference at all, but I'm like, do you know what? Strong, powerful words. Notable writing.
Are you trying to cover up for last week when you said women are items?
Not at all. I actually hadn't made that connection, but now I'm seeing there's a bit of a disjoint in my two items.
Stay tuned where Ximena says something racist next.
next week for Ximena invades and colonises somewhere.
Well, on that note, yes, a lovely item, and like you said, words to live by. Big fan of that one.
Okay. Next, Jenny, your piece of memorabilia.
So, back home in Kent, I have lots of very cool memorabilia.
Oh,
I'm a
la-dee-da.
bit of a hoarder, bit of a collector. Unfortunately, we were not given notice to bring in our memorabilia, and I have one piece of memorabilia in my Sheffield room, which is a programme from Sheffield Theatre's production of Guys and Dolls. But to give it a bit of sentiment, I was once in a production of Guys and Dolls, so it's quite a nice little nostalgia thing,
It's
isn't
also
it?
fit to the location.
Yeah.
Because we are
It's
in
apt.
Sheffield.
We're in Sheffield, supporting local theatres. Sheffield theatres are the best regional theatres in the
How
country.
was the production of Guys and Dolls?
Amazing. Revolving stage, choreography. 10 out of 10.
Well, unfortunately.
Well done, guys and dolls. You did great.
Unfortunately, it's not about the production.
Clearly, judged by this show's production. Yes, lovely. Next up,
Tom, your piece of memorabilia.
So I had a similar problem where I wasn't told, so all of my good memorabilia was at home, including a picture of me modelling for a football magazine that never got aired, which it would have been funny. But instead, we have something that I know works towards my Taskmaster because I'm smart. And it is a signed picture by a drag queen called Juju B, who is incredible, and I've been in a picture with her because memorabilia is like memories, you know, and I said silly stuff to her like I'm saying silly stuff right now.
yes. See, I do approve, and this is very good. However, this is on your wall, so I regularly see this memorabilia, so it loses some of its shock factor, considering I've seen this piece of memorabilia pretty much every other day.
But she is stunning.
She is stunning, that is true. Was she stunning when you met her?
Yes, very. She was wearing like a leopard print dress. It was beautiful.
Cute. Good.
Then finally, Will Kirkpatrick.
I thought this was quite smart because at the end of the show, we have to take everything home. But I don't think anyone will want to take this home because this is a shirt from a Rex Orange County gig back in 2018. And I regularly sleep in this. And
Yeah, no, I don't want it.
and before I came here, I sprayed it with a lot of deodorant so that it just didn't smell. There are stains on there as well from when I eat breakfast. But
Wait, you wore this morning?
No, I've just worn
Oh,
it.
from
Do
when
you
you've
wash it between wearing it to bed, please?
That's a no.
So
I don't think you need to wash bedclothes.
No,
No,
exactly.
but like I'll wear bedclothes for like a period and then they go. in
I
the
think
wash.
if you respect
Exactly.
your memorabilia, you would wash it.
And
This is true.
yes, but the stains on the shirts
I am
are
more
further
memorabilia.
from breakfasts of past.
From how slobby you are when you have your
Yes.
breakfast.
So it's less memorabilia of Rex Orange County and more memorabilia of you.
Yes.
You and breakfast time.
So if any of the other contestants win and they actually love me, then they could take it home.
I don't think
And
any of us
just-
love Will.
Just smell it. Just
No.
Yeah.
I think all of us are going to give
Clone
it a
me.
hard pass.
This,
and
the clone me was starting to get a bit creepy there now.
I think all of us are okay with not having that item, so take from that what you will.
Does that mean you're all going to actively try and lose?
Well, we've
No.
already done the task.
Yeah, it's too late now. My prize has been submitted. I don't really want that one. But
So, in last place for this one, it is going to have to be Will, because that's a
it's a bit dirty.
dirty old shirt, and I don't want it. I don't think any of the winners want it.
You don't want
I've
Will,
got-
you
I-
don't want Will's stains.
No, strangely enough, not
Oh,
again.
There are better ways of saying that.
No, but it is more or less encompassing the point, isn't it? It is a bit grim.
Okay, so Will in last.
Will is.
I can't believe he gets a point for that.
Second is
Second last.
second from last. Sorry, is gonna have to be Ximena. As much as the motivational quotes are nice, they also it's the sort of thing my mum would hang up.
It's like live, love, laugh.
Yeah, live, love,
I
laugh.
thought it was a bit more sassy than that.
No,
but
my-
fair,
you don't know
I
my
see the
mum.
point.
She's a sassy lady, and because of that, he's definitely in third.
Yeah, you have just challenged the
Innit?
sassiness of his mum.
Fair.
Again, if we're ranking order of priority here, it's Dan, me, the sheet, and then my mum.
Why did your mum do this though? You just
She's
She's
up
quite
there.
tall.
went
She's
sheet
very
and then
tall
you went
woman.
mum.
Yeah, 'cause she's
'cause
above the
in both,
sheet.
going-
Then you need to say it in a different order.
Right, well, I was actually deciding who was coming first or second between you two, and you were going to go first. Because of this, you are now second. So, Jenny, congratulations, you win the,
I'm
the
so good at
memorabilia
prizes.
I'll
prize.
take it.
That means for the second episode in a row, Jenny has
I
won the
think
prize task.
The prize
Your strength.
task represents that I'm actually quite a good present buyer as well.
That is a good point. That is
Ximena
You mean-
Ximena and Chelsea are both there like
Yeah.
So your strengths are present binds, your weaknesses are everything else. Particularly
But-
numbers and physical hand-eye coordination.
Well, it's interesting you said about Jenny's weaknesses because this first task involves one of her weaknesses.
Oh
Many
God, I know what this is.
This first task involves one of her specific weaknesses, gluten. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
Hi.
there's bread there.
Looks quite sad on its own, that bread roll. It's not even got a plate.
Cut the best slice of bread.
You may not use a knife or anything knife-like.
You have 5 minutes.
your time starts now. Did you know that until I was 15, I never made a sandwich before?
Okay, so again, questions just flowing out of that video. First of all, why the rolling pin?
Yeah, why the rolling pin?
I took it from a previous task, but I don't think we've seen that task yet.
Oh,
No,
well, that's something to look forward to.
continuity on this
Yeah.
show is all over the place.
Great.
It'll make sense later.
well,
It's
I've
a
got that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Then.
That's a reason to stay tuned.
Stay tuned to find out why Will had a rolling pin. at
Why
this
did he
one
have the
task.
rolling pin though? You'll find out soon. So why the sandwiches? Why so late to sandwiches?
So
Sorry.
so basically, I just always had someone else in the house who'd be able to like make my dinner.
Do you mean your parents.
My
No.
parents, and when my
His
parents went
slaves.
to
Oh,
work,
someone else is like you person.
because
The
my
butler.
because my grandma lives
Jeeves.
with us.
Sandwich now.
My grandma lives with us, so like over summer holidays when they'd be at work, my grandma would make my like dinner and that.
This is where
So
I
I
Poor
never
old
made-
granny.
Yeah, so I never made a sandwich until I
Did
was
you-
like 15.
No, but like, isn't there a moment in your life when you're like, I'm hungry? You don't just go, now make me a sandwich. You go and make the sandwich
No.
yourself.
He had a little bell. Don't be ridiculous.
So, I wasn't trusted with knives.
Go on.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
For many reasons. At home, but at school in year 3, we literally had a day where, for weeks in advance, we decided what we were going to put into sandwiches, and then we had a day where
Oh, we did that.
I actually think we might have done that as
Sandwiches?
well. Yeah.
Which is why I'm
What are you
confused.
talking about?
Hey.
We had
At least we got taught,
I
unlike Will.
That's
actually
true.
got a certificate at the end of the day because the teachers were sure I was going to cut myself at one point.
I just don't understand how you didn't just decide, you know what, I'm going to wait for my nan to make me this sandwich. If I'm hungry, if I just wait long enough, my grandma will just make something for me rather than...
But
What I also love though is that in no part in this task does it mention sandwiches, but Will still goes, "Oh, I've never made a sandwich before."
I have made a sandwich now.
Okay,
He's now
I've never
20,
made a
so-
sandwich until I was 50. Like it doesn't even mention sandwiches.
Shall we just see how they do?
Let's crack on.
But is it the action that makes it knife-like? I think I'm overthinking this now.
You have 5 minutes. Your time starts now. Question. How knife-like are scissors?
I only have 5 minutes. I have time to dilly-daddle. Dilly-daddle.
What about a fork? Fork's not a knife, it's a fork. Let's get a fork.
No one likes the endy bits. We'll cut another one. That'll be my best slice of bread. It's a bit flatter than you'd like. And it's got a hole in, just like good gluten-free bread should.
Oh, I'm quite impressed with this. I feel like I could cut bread with forks from now on. That's quite a decent slice.
There we go. There is our slice of bread.
Is that you finished?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going now.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Bye.
Where's my rolling thing? In a bit.
Thanks, Will.
Bye.
Why the puree every time?
Why were you making a sandwich?
What is your
It isn't a
obsession with
sandwich.
puree?
It isn't a sandwich, I was making a pizza.
Oh!
It wasn't a task, but I do appreciate the
No,
sentiment.
because I thought,
Best
oh,
slice of
scissors.
bread.
I thought scissors wasn't impressive enough, so I
But
thought
I
I'll
don't think-
impress the Taskmaster by making a pizza.
I have a
What?
bone to pick with
No,
these scissors.
Wait. I appreciate the effort on the pizza, but I still just don't quite agree with going off tangent on your own. I don't like that if we don't think that our challenges are good enough, we'll make our own. So we'll make it more impressive on our
That's
own.
very true. I work very hard.
Very hard. He's not slept for weeks. But I just don't.
Can I
understand.
please express
Go
my
on.
dissatisfaction with these scissor usages? Because they are very knife-like, I would say. I would say, when I make my pizza, I don't use a knife to cut it. I use scissors. It's a lot
He does.
easier. Do it at home, everyone. It's a great
Which is
time.
why I then also used a ruler.
I
'cause
understand
panicked.
yours.
See, I tried a ruler as well as the fork.
See,
but I
this
went
is
for
my
the
question.
fork
So
in the
why?
end.
So did you go away from the scissors because you thought it was
So
cheating
no,
or too
I used
easy?
the scissors and then I finished. I held it up, had my little hole in, just like I'm used to. And then Dan goes, "You've only used like 3 minutes." And we had 10 minutes.
That's
or
what
5
I was
minutes.
thinking. That's why
So
I
I
made
thought-
a pizza.
Okay,
I just
why
cut
not
several
try
slices.
a second technique and compare them, because it was your best.
Demonstrate versatility.
It was your
yeah.
best slice of bread. So I thought
course.
we'll have options. So I have a best and a worst.
I get that. I don't necessarily agree with it. Ximena, you just opted for the scissors, which I thought was
No,
a
for the
No,
fork.
she did
For
a
the
fork.
fork. For the
of
fork.
course.
Will was
As-
the one that stuck.
I
As
have to
Ximena
say-
pointed out, a fork,
Fork
is
is
not
a
I-
knife-like.
I did-
It's not knife-like either.
I did try a ruler as well, but I spent a good 7 of the 10 minutes just constantly looking Dan in the eye and going, a fork is not a knife. It's not
It's
knife-like
true. It's
because
true.
it's a fork.
A fork
True,
is
it
not
is
a
a
And
knife.
fork
I
is
must have said it about 50
A fork
times.
is not a knife. Words
It's the
to
most
live
valid
by.
argument
Yeah.
I've heard thus
I-
far.
Thank you.
I might make myself a bit of memorabilia that says
A fork is not a knife.
Yeah.
You can buy that.
That
on a
was,
t- you can sell that
I
on a
honestly,
t-shirt.
I've never
You can buy
repeated a
that at
sentence so much.
fushtoday.com/merch.
I don't. If you look at a scissor, right, like a blade of a
It is
scissor, and then you put it
essentially
next
two
to a
knives.
knife,
Because it's
No.
two blades.
there's two knives. There's two knives.
I disagree.
A
What?
knife is a
You
blade.
wouldn't
I
agree
also
that a
Scissors
scissor
are
is
blades.
knife-like,
It's knife-like, but it's not
which
knife.
is the task says
It do-
nothing knife-like.
Does it say nothing like
It
knife-like?
said you may not use a knife or anything knife-like.
Oof.
See,
Well, that does
that's
change
where
things.
I think
I
it
think the
comes
scissors
in.
don't
That's
count.
why
But
I
I think
used-
I agree with what you were saying at the start when you're like, what is knife-like? Is it the motion? It was
Yeah.
you or
Yeah,
Jenny? That's-
yeah, no, I was going, so what is it?
I
Is it
think,
the cutting?
I think that signifies knife, like the sawing motion or a chopping motion.
That's why I
whereas
got a fork,
scissors-
because you're
No,
stabbing
I'm
and
sorry.
sawing.
ripping. Wait,
Yeah.
you can't talk. You used a
Scissors
chopping
cut.
board?
Yeah, which wasn't knife-like.
Yeah.
It wasn't even good though.
Yeah, but it was at least part of. It was at least
Cut it
not.
in half. That's not a slice. That is
That
a
is
half.
true,
actually.
So
It
one
very
thing I
much
am
depends.
absolutely confident on once again is Tommy's bottom.
Okay, so Tom's like,
Wait, scissors are
Can
going to be
I-
higher than
Can
me.
I
100%.
point out that scissors cut, knives chop?
No, knives also
Knives
cut.
also cut.
shall
They-
we
they
start
do.
doing some scores?
This
Yeah,
getting very
maybe
heated.
we should.
about to lose the scissors,
So Tom is bottom. So.
Okay, once again, Tom is
You
If
have
bottom.
now
anything, I'd
lost
actually
the
like to take a point away from Tom for his attitude.
So you want to give him nothing?
wanna-
-1.
Okay, -1. Okay, so Tom gets -1.
Then Will made 2 really good slices, and he decorated the slices as well.
With
It was that the
scissors.
criteria? Did we say the best slices?
Cut the best slice of bread.
Cut the best slice of bread. So I think that the slice of bread isn't just defined by its definition; it's also its decoration. So I'm gonna put the tomato on there. I'm gonna put that as second.
You're putting Will second.
Yeah.
As in not second last, as in second.
He's gonna be second. He doesn't deserve to win, but he doesn't deserve third.
I'll
Yes.
take
Okay, so Will
mediocrity.
gets 3.
Now, Ximena was good, and I did appreciate the fork. However, it was, I didn't see in the video, but I imagine the fork, it was quite ripped.
No,
It
it
wasn't-
actually genuinely, because you heard me say this is actually quite a good slice. I might use a fork from now on to cut my bread. I genuinely
She's
said
That's
trying
that.
to
genuinely worrying
argue
now.
herself
No, I know.
into
But
first
I
place
said
here.
that. I actually said that because I was surprised because they're actually quite
Minion,
effective,
what
you
was
know.
your thoughts on the definition of Jimena's bread?
Jenny admitted to hers being
I
holy.
thought,
Sorry, Jenny.
by definition, it was a slice.
By definition, it was a slice.
If
Would
you
say it
if you
was
took that to
a
a
smooth
baker,
slice?
if you took that to a baker and said, "What is this?" he would say, "Slice of bread every day of the week."
then yeah, then Ximena wins that one.
Thank you.
I wanna
So,
say.
so you're giving.
Jenny comes third. I appreciate the variation in tactics, but I think in this game, you play to win. Not to
So
So
you're
I
giving.
lost to
Because-
Pizza Face over
because
there.
because of the ruler.
So
Because you were on track and then you.
I don't understand why scissors are being permitted.
I don't understand why you're still talking.
Because I've already lost a point. Might as well lose some more.
So
Scissors.
I wouldn't threaten him.
A joke. Is what that is.
So, just to clarify the scores after that, you've put Ximena first with 4, then you've put Will in second with 3, Jenny is in third with 2, and because Tom kept complaining, you took a point off him.
And I will take more. Let this be a lesson.
Do
to
it.
you.
See if I can.
You do know at this rate you're gonna. Oh no, because you'll lose. I was gonna say you're gonna
I'd
be
rather
walking
lose.
home with Will's
Yeah, you know
shirt,
what?
but you won't.
I'll take the
should
point if I don't
lose
have
to
to
get
take
my
Will's
shirt.
dirty
Exactly.
shirt home with me.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe that should be the punishment. If he keeps mouthing off, he
You
has to
actually
take.
No,
Will's
because
shirt
that's not
home.
how the rules
have
work.
to wear
Has
it,
to
sniff it,
wear.
lick it.
You can't put it on
The
me.
stains out of it.
You can't get it on me. Sorry.
Next challenge.
Yes, the next challenge. And if Tom was smart, he could try and bribe you, but he'd need some money first. In this task, let's see if he... Sorry, was that not a very good
That
cutaway?
was a lovely segue. Continue.
Oh, it's this old chestnut. Hello.
I think I kind of waddled. Oh no.
Remove the £5 note from under the glass.
So you may not touch the glass or spill any of the liquid. If you spill any of the liquid, you will be disqualified.
Fastest wins. Your time starts now.
That's just not gonna work.
Right, I'm pretty sure this is how you do it, but I've forgotten.
There we go. Very straightforward. Remove the £5 note. You can't spill any liquid or touch the glass. It sounds straightforward, right?
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, Luke.
fired.
Not gonna lie, Luke. This whole show is very familiar.
No,
I
you're
know,
joking.
right? Please don't sue us. I just want you to bear in mind one key rule, which was if you spill any of the liquid, you are disqualified.
I hate you.
Just keep that in the back of your head when we watch this clip.
So much.
What if I... And I can't touch it.
Yeah, could I not just I need to double check the notes. Yeah, I can touch the note.
See, I could make a massive mess because the wording of this implies that I can touch the £5 note.
What if I drink the water? Somebody else has already done it by now, haven't they?
That was easy. Good.
Ugh.
It says I can't touch the glass, but I can touch the £5 note. Yay!
What if I... No, it's just gonna... I need something to push it with. I really hope this doesn't count. Done. You're welcome. Do I get to keep this?
Yeah. Thanks, Dan. Do I get this? I'm taking it.
Now, you remember the if you spill any of the liquid, you're disqualified.
Absolutely, 100%.
Would you like to address Tom Buckland?
I mean, I'd have to see a photo replay just to clarify if it was spilled. But from my initial reaction, I'd say you really cocked that up.
I am
considerably.
embarrassed and I am ashamed. And I will make one argument and my argument alone. And I will allow it to be not allowed because... But it said I may not spill the water. And I would imply that the fiver was the one that
Oh,
did
of
the
course.
spilling. Because I didn't touch the glass once.
Sorry, if I'm having that a person is not an object, you're not making it sound like an object is now a person.
Did it?
I did not spill the water.
Officer, it was my car that hit them, not me.
No, but I didn't drive. I mean, I didn't
Yes, you did. You pulled the nose out.
I've got no other legs to stand on right now.
I don't even think this one's a particularly strong leg either.
No, actually.
I'd just be quiet,
I
to
don't
be
think you had
honest.
any song. Right.
Can I also draw your attention to Will's technique of he touched the glass, but he had the task between him and the glass.
I'll count that because I think that's the same logic as Ximena's. I thought Ximena's was executed better. But what were you planning on doing? Was it to lift it or was it to like flip it?
No, I had to just double check that the paper said that I was allowed to do that.
Although you check, but that was the thing that made me laugh. You're like, oh, I'm allowed to touch the note, and I was like, yeah, because you had to pick it up and read it at the beginning of the task.
It's almost a given that regardless of the task, you are allowed to touch the paper.
You're allowed to read it as well.
What were the times like on that one?
The times. So since I think Tom's disqualified because he
that's
spilled
fair.
a little bit of liquid.
Can I say that before we read the times, I would actually say if it was up to me, I would say Ximena's was the best technique.
I would just also like to qualify
Mine
that.
was basically the same.
No, yours pushed out.
I would also like to say that I wouldn't be too worried because I kind of forgot the bit of fastest win, so I kind of sat there
Like
giving it a
Tom
go
forgot
for
about
quite a
Brazil
long
again.
time.
Listen, we all forget things.
Before
Our
I
memories,
finally actually did it.
our memories are hazy. We can't always remember everything we read. Okay.
So come on, give us those times.
I'm just making sure I've written them down properly.
You should be.
Ximena comes third in this case and gets 2 points. Yeah, 2 points because she took 1 minute and 21 seconds.
That's shorter
That's
than I thought it was.
commendable.
looking at it.
Yeah. Next, getting 3 points is Jenny, who only took 47 seconds, which is commendable. And then just beating her is Will, who gets the full 4 points with 41 seconds.
See,
So
Nice.
congrats to Will.
it's annoying because this is arguably the only time when most of our people here have done really well on the challenge.
Apart
It's a
from Tom.
shame, such a shame that the one person doing so badly has brought the team down to the point where I'm actually going to take another point off him.
Oh, really? Okay.
The further away I am from Will's shirt, the better.
So he doesn't get 0, he gets -1.
-1
Okay.
again, yeah. Because he's let the team down.
You know
Because
what I
otherwise, that
deserve?
would have been a really good competition. In
Compared to
spirit
the
of
scissor
sport,
one,
Yeah.
I deserve
ruined
that
it.
one. I do
Okay.
deserve that one.
Well, after our second of 3 tasks this episode, it's Jenny who has just scraped ahead on 9, followed by Will and Ximena who are both on 8, and Tom is on 1. So, it's impossible for him to win unless you decide to get mean
Anything
again.
can
But
Depends how good he is, to be fair. If he really impresses me with this challenge, it's bonus
Don't
10.
get your hopes up.
well, in another amazingly rehearsed segue, you could say the gap between Tom and the rest of them is quite substantial.
Wait, what?
It's quite a substantial gap, which relates to our next challenge.
I'm really lost.
I'm
Oh.
either going to look like an idiot or I'm going to have done quite well in this one, and there's no in between.
Hi, Tom.
Hello. And then do I read this? Is this what I'm doing? Okay.
Blow something substantial off the table.
You have 5 minutes to practice, after which you must select your item for blowing.
Your time starts now. Right. Something substantial. Right.
Have you finished reading it?
Yes?
Right, okay.
But I just...
Does it not say your time starts now?
Yes, it did. Your time starts now. Sorry. But...
So, Ximena, you said that you either feel like you've done brilliantly or made a complete fool of yourself.
And I think quite possibly both, because
Both?
I'd like to think that, in my opinion, what I managed to blow off this table is substantial. I do look like a bit of an idiot doing it, though. I think.
That's
Agreed.
fine. We've all passed that boundary
But
now.
of course, it's not Ximena's opinion that matters.
No, it's
Of
not.
course,
It's yours,
of course.
boss.
And I think you all look like idiots. all
As
the
per
time.
my brand, this will probably require me trying to argue myself out of a hole again. But
Oh,
I
goody.
accept
this one, I
defeat.
think, is the most justified defense I've had yet. So stay tuned.
I I really love the fact though that you've come prepared with defences. Like that's how badly you've done.
But one
Is
of
you
them-
even bought the task with you to defend yourself.
And I've had nothing to show for any of them.
So yeah, just to clarify, they got 5 minutes to practice blowing things off the table, and then they had to pick what
One
they were
big
going to
blow.
for their big blow at the end.
Big blow. Okay.
I mean, I feel like this is quite large. If that does that count as substantial?
But can I even blow this? Okay, I can blow that, but we're going to... Just trying to think, am I being stupid? Who knows?
Well, it's It's a very subjective word, Dan.
It's a very subjective show.
I have 5 minutes to practice. I don't have time to discuss substantial. Nope.
Okay, that could count, right? That's the start.
Something has dawned on me.
Does it have to be out of my mouth?
All the information.
Would that be a blow?
All the information is on the task.
I mean, a rolling pin's not very substantial.
I'd call this substantial. Technically, I'm blowing it, and it'll go off.
Oh, this is more substantial and somewhat blowable. I'm asthmatic, this is unfair.
That is good though. That was good because it means. I don't know if you can see where I'm going with this, but it's.
Oh my god, this is substantial. This is quite large. I could blow this off the table, I hope.
But wait, I don't have to use my blow. Can I count that? Can that be my thing? I'm happy with that. I'm happy, but then, no, but because it's during my practice period, but I want that to be my thing. So can I just have that, or do I have to do it again?
No.
What would this in that count as more substantial? What if I put things in it and then it's not an empty cardboard box, it's a full, oh, do you know I'm onto something here? I'm just gonna fill it with shit and then it's more substantial, isn't it? I feel like a fool now.
I'd like to go with my nail. I've tried a lot of other things. Is that it? Blow.
I think I've won that. Thank you.
Go. This strong and stable government is too strong and stable.
Right, this filled with stuff is my item. A cardboard, a big cardboard box filled with lots of smaller plastic boxes is my substantial item.
But I've done it before.
The Taskmaster will decide your score.
Ugh. Fine.
Yes! It worked.
Thanks, Ximena.
Oh, I'm quite happy with that. Thanks. Gonna get my coffee tea now and go celebrate my success. I think that's quite substantial. And it fell off the table, well, blew off the table, so cheers.
So there's a bit to digest from
There's
that.
quite a lot to digest. Let's start with Jenna. Once again, we found out that Jenny has yet another disability that has not aided her.
That we're
at all.
not laughing at.
We're not laughing at that. We're laughing at your constant uses of these in tasks and how every task has seemingly gone against you. Next week, we're going to find out that you have a blind eye and one peg leg.
I quite frequently describe my life as like tiny, like it's inconvenienced slightly by lots of things, but nothing makes my life like really difficult. I can still live a regularly normal life. I just have to have
It is mildly difficult.
an inhaler twice a day to breathe. Can't eat wheat. Can't read without a green screen. And my mobility sucks from my dyspraxia. But
prize giving.
Prize giving is where she's got it in the bag.
only slight inconveniences.
And it just feels like Dan's picked challenges that accentuate these slight.
Whoa. They all had to do the same task.
Yeah,
We
but
did.
none of them are asthmatic, wheat intolerant, dyslexic, and dyslexic.
I would be more sympathetic as a fellow asthmatic.
Yeah.
But what really upset me was how easily Will blew that bowling pin. It looked like you just did that for fun. You weren't even close. You were, it shot off the table.
Will,
I would
I'm
argue
I'm
it looks like Will was rolling his as he started to blow.
I'm gonna fill you in on a little technical thing.
Were
The
you
table
cheating?
was slanted.
Yeah,
Yeah, that kitchen is
It was-
quite.
So I was blowing it on like with the hill. She was blowing it against it. That's why it
everyone
went so
had this
much.
slant
Everyone had this
available.
slant table.
Yeah, but I'd say if you're using a roll, you're not blowing it.
True.
I am
gravity
blowing.
doing
I
the
am
work.
blowing it as it rolls.
I would say you blew it off the table. I would. I
Can
would
we
give
also
that one.
appreciate Ximena ruling out a rolling pin and then two other people
That's ridiculous.
immediately using it?
Fine,
It happened.
Wow, what an amazing blow!
Because what I did
What a big
was
blow.
I applied my mathematical brain, so I balanced it as precariously as possible on the edge of the table. Also, I'd like to point out that everything that Tom was attempting to blow off the table was in the box that I blew off. So I had more than.
I 100% was willing to give you the top score. And now that I've seen the big blow, I would agree. Speaking, so Ximena's top.
Ximena gets 4.
Ximena gets 4.
Okay.
I'll trust your judgment on that.
I guess that's fair.
The shoddy production can't be to blame for the slanted table. So as a result, Jenny's
That's location.
that is what it is. That's
Just
one
be
of the
glad the
challenges.
washing machine wasn't on. We
There
haven't
were no
enough.
mice or rats.
No mice, no rats. The earthquake simulator wasn't working, so we're all good.
Your washing machine is scary.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
So Jenny is indeed last.
Jenny gets 1.
Now the
I
option
wasn't the
is.
lead.
Well, actually, no. To be fair, because we didn't see Tom's big blow.
Yes, you did. You saw it in the practice,
That was
and
in
I
the
wanted that
practice.
to be mine. I wanted
this
that
was
to
the
be mine,
thing-
but Dan
this-
talked me into that being my practice period. But I wanted that to be my blow. I didn't need to practice anymore, and I
But-
didn't need to do it again.
No, but
say
the
maybe
card
he could
says
lose
the card
points.
says you have 5 minutes to practice and then 1 blow in which to
But
do
I'm
it.
not going
One
to stand
big-
around
one
for
big
5
blow.
minutes and then do it again.
Well, that's what the rules
didn't
say you
have
have
to
to.
use-
I would say for accusing Dan of gross misconduct. Not only is Tom last, he's going to lose another point.
Just 1.
Just minus
So
1.
am I
yeah.
no longer last?
Because you're no longer last. Because actually, as well, he didn't perform the big blow. He didn't do the task.
Definitely did.
No, well.
Okay, so you just need. So if you're putting Ximena first.
Will second.
So Will gets 3.
Yep.
Jenny, where did you put Jenny?
Jenny's second to last.
Second to last. Oh, so she gets 2, not 1.
Yeah, and Tom is losing, getting minus
Tom
1
loses
again.
a point. Okay. So we've come to the end of episode 2 of Forged as Taskmaster, and our scores on the doors currently stand as Tom, you've come last. I'm very sorry. Then in joint second is Jenny and Will, which means Ximena has won episode 2. Please collect your best memorabilia.
Thank you.
You get Will's shirt.
I'm